On such a dull, damp winter's day, I've been sitting inside watching some of my trout fishing videos from the season that just closed, and I've decided to share with you half a dozen of my favourite trout captures from the season. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right now, I'm going to be counting down from 6 down to 1, with number 1 being my favourite trout fishing moment of the season just gone. And at the end of the video, I've got a short bonus clip for you, so make sure you stick around for that. Let's start with number 6. On this particular trip, it was an amazing session. This might not be the biggest trout in the video, but it was such a great session. And then it started pouring rain, and then I walked up on a small pool in a tiny stream, and I watched this trout chase my soft plastic down and grab it, and then I caught this magnificent brown trout. Oh, got him! Oh, nice one! Oh, he's a good fish. Could be the biggest one today. I might go up there. Oh, it's pouring rain. He's still on. He's still on. Look at that for a fish in the pouring rain. What a ripper! That's the fish of the day right there. If you go out in the rain, don't go out in the pouring rain. And it sure is pouring rain at the moment. I'll get him unhooked and get it straight back. What a ripper! That is the fish of the day. Oh, beautiful fish. See you later, mate. And it is bucketing down. How good was that? That was caught on a striped tiger nymph soft plastic. Now, number 5. The thing I like about this video is that I was trout fishing with my daughter Holly, and we were having a lot of fun. I caught a couple of small redfin and some small trout, and then this quite nice trout come along. Once again, not a monster fish, but quite a nice sized fish, and it hit the lure several times. Once again, it was on a soft plastic, and trout are notorious for doing this with soft plastics. One of the beauties about trout fishing with soft plastics is that if they don't hook up, quite often they'll come back again and again and again until eventually they hook up. I'll let it sink because it's quite deep, this hole. Got him! Oh! Something hit it straight away. Oh look, it just rose over there. Must have thought it still had something in its mouth. Well, something just tapped that again then. He's on it, he's on it. Oh, he won't hit it now, he's had too many goes, I think. Got him. Whoa! It's not the big one we saw earlier, but it's a big one. Darling, can you come and get a photo of me with this fish? Don't worry about it, you just put your rod down on the bank there, we'll get that snag off in a minute. You're right there. You know the best thing? I only caught it at the back of the hole. Right, quick grab it, attention on this line. It's a nice big trout, isn't it? Now when I lift it up, you've got to be real quick because I want to get it back in as quickly as I can. Now folks, look at that for a lovely brown trout.
It's a rainbow.
It's a brown.
It's a rainbow.
Oh. Almost had it then, and then it done the bolt.
Non-stop.
It is pull and drag. Come on, mate. Try this time. Second time lucky. Right, I've got to be quick here because I want this all to happen real quick. What a glorious brown trout. Look at that. He's probably 45 centimetres. See you later, mate. How awesome was that? Once again on the striped tiger nymph soft plastic. Now let's go to number 4. This fish took the Rapala Shadow Wrap minnow, a sinking minnow. This was a Tackle Club box video. I'd opened the Tackle Club box. I'd never used one of these lures, and I haven't fished this particular waterway for probably 20 or 30 years until this trip. I had a ripping session. I caught a few nice trout, and then 2 or 3 trout after I caught this lovely rainbow trout. This lure ended up embedded in my finger and I ended up at the hospital having to get it dug out. But what a fantastic trout this was. Check it out. What a beautiful pool. But up there it looks very open and terrible. Eroded. Got him. Yes. Another big one. Look at the size of this. This is just incredible. This is bonkers. I'd had a couple of casts and done no good, so I cast out there and my mind was miles away. I was actually thinking these trout wouldn't know what these sort of trees are in the water here, gum trees in their homeland. That's incredible. That is an incredible trout. I think the last one was a bit bigger. You see, I'm not just reefing him in, I'm trying to tire him out. Just by using the drag system, I'm just letting him swim around a bit. He's got part of his gill missing. I've seen this on fish before. I've seen this on carp actually quite a bit. I think I've seen it on Murray cod as well. How am I going to land you, mate? I'm in the water with you. Oh dear. Alright, got him. I'll get the lure out. Once again, it's a proper donkey. Trying to get it in the sun. Have a look at that. Wow. Gone. This is nuts. How awesome was that? That trip ended in disaster, but that whole trip was a trip that I won't forget anytime soon. And I went back to that spot a couple of weeks later with my best mate Sandy and had a great trip. And number 2 in this list is from that trip. But before we go to number 2, let's look at number 3. This is a big trout in a small stream caught on Jan Juc worms. We'd had quite a bit of early autumn rain, and I suspect that these big trout had swum upstream into these smaller feeder streams ready to spawn. It was too early for them to spawn, but while the opportunity was there, the water was cooling down, there was an increased flow of water, and they made their way up, and they were probably 4 weeks, 5 weeks off spawning, if not more. Have a look at the size of this big trout out of this tiny stream on Jan Juc worms. This was certainly a memorable fishing trip. Perfect hole for a big fish. Got him. Whoa! Big! Big! I just said perfect hole for a big fish, and look at this. This is bigger than the last one I caught. This is a submarine. I just set a perfect hole for a big fish. Last year when I fished this pool, I didn't catch anything. Have a look at the size of that. Yeah, baby. Now we're talking. Mate, stop flapping. I'll get a quick photo of you and I'll put you back. Have a look at the size of that. That's got to be nudging. Oh, it's got to be close to 47, 48 centimetres. Oh. What a monster. Tell you what, small stream trout fishing doesn't get much better than that. How was that, eh? Awesome. Now let's get to number 2. This is the same stream that I was in the previous video, but this was a week or 2 later. I returned to the same stream with my best mate Sandy Hector, and we walked right through a stretch of about 8 or 9 kilometres. I was buggered by the end, and we caught some beautiful fish, but this one is my favourite. This one here took the French Touch Tackle Morpho Spinner, and what a magnificent trout this is. Oh, there's a rise right when I cast. And got him. Oh, nice one. First big one for ages. Just as I let go of the lure to cast, I saw a fish rise. Oh, good fish. First big one we've seen for quite a while. Yeah. On a spinner. Look at that. Yeah, I might get you to get a photo of me with it if that's okay. Let him go. Just running Sandy through some camera settings on my mobile phone while I wear this fish out. That's a proper rainbow. Let's just say fat and chunky. Righto, mate. Come on. Time to be landed. Look at that. Wow. Get a photo like that if you can. Beautiful big trout. Go on. What a proper donkey. Awesome. Righto, that beautiful big rainbow is back, caught on the Morpho spinner by French Touch Tackle. I'll put a link to them and everything else that I'm using today in the video description like I always do. I've just had a look at the Google Maps and we're about a third of the way. We've been going 3 hours and we're a third of the way, which means theoretically they should take us 6 hours from here to get back to our car. The issue with that, that'll make it 6:30. That's not that's dark. That was an awesome fish, an awesome day, and Sandy, one of my best mates, probably my best mate, he is an awesome man and I really enjoy fishing with him. Now, let's get to number one. This is my favourite trout capture from the season that just closed. We'd had quite a lot of rain. The streams were really high. This is quite a small stream, but because of all the rain, wading was difficult and the stream looks a lot bigger than what it is. And I had called earlier, I reckon there'll be a big fish in here somewhere, and then I caught this absolute ripper on a strike tiger nymph. Have a look at this. Got him. Whoa, look at the size of this fish. I wonder if it's been fin clipped. This is a monster. I said earlier I wouldn't be surprised if it's a big fish in here because has he been fin clipped? No, he hasn't. It's a wild fish too. Sometimes when you get waterways you get quality over quantity. Some places you just catch heaps of fish, heaps of little ones, and other places you can get big, not as many, but big, and that's what I've done here. I'm trying to get my phone at the ready. I know it's in my bag there somewhere. There it is. Right. Land the fish, get the pick, celebrate. That's a good 50 centimetre trout. Oh, it's hard to say while it's thrashing around, but it's certainly a decent fish in anyone's book. Oh, actually I've got to measure. I've got a tape measure in my bag. I've just got to play him carefully. Oh, the disco nymph has struck. That is a donkey. That is a donkey. I've just got to be patient here. I don't want to rush it. He's trying to go down. Because if I rush things, that's when I'm likely for it to split the hook. Or even break the line with a fish this size. Have I got somewhere to measure it? Might be able to just go in there. This is a donkey. The last fish that I caught just downstream, which was quite large, not this big, but still a healthy fish, it was fin clipped. But this one isn't. This is a wild fish. And a big one at that. Come on, mate. Oh, no, not quite yet. Not quite. Not quite. I could nearly grab him by the tail. He's that big. Tired. He's tired. He's huge. That is an enormous trout. Wow. Oh, I'm going to quick photo and a measure. That's got to be 51, I reckon. That's my guess. 48. 48 centimetres. That is a beautiful fish. I was close. Let's get a quick photo and some release footage. One thing I love about using these nymphs, or any soft plastic, they're always hooked in the mouth. Every single time. Oh, big beautiful fish. See you later, mate. How good was that? That was awesome, and definitely my #1 capture from the last trout season. I know a few of you might be wondering, why don't you carry a net? Nets can be a real pain in the backside in some of these small streams, particularly when they're overgrown with lots of blackberries and shrubs and stuff for the net to get hooked on. And if you happen to watch that big long video with my best mate Sandy where we caught heaps of rainbow trout, you'll notice Sandy used the net. He took a landing net, he used it on the first fish and didn't use it again for the whole day because he had to waste too much time untangling his lure. So that's why I don't carry a net. I know I probably should in some instances, but sometimes they're more trouble than they're worth. So folks, they're my top six trout fishing moments from the season just gone. But now here is a bonus clip. This isn't a big fish, but it's a very, very memorable moment for me as a dad because I got to watch my daughter Holly catch her very first trout in a stream all by herself. Check this out. Now try and go right up there in that fast water. Great cast. You'll get a fish with this cast. I bet you will. You got him, Hold your rod up, hold it up. Hold it up.
I just said no, I wouldn't.
Told ya.
Is it okay for this rod to bend?
Yeah. Right, do you want to hold the fish for the photo or do you want me to hold it while you're in the background?
I'll hold it.
You're going to hold it? Just be careful with the treble hooks, okay? There's 6 hooks there that you can catch your finger on.
Can you hold the rod or not?
Yeah.
What do I do?
I'll hold the rod.
Like this?
Yeah, put your hand under his tummy and you put your hand, good girl. There you go, you ready? Holly's fish. See you later, fish. Have you seen him up there?
I see him.
Awesome.
He's like just there.
Well done, superstar.
Thanks, bro.
Well done, bro. How good was that? Holly is a champion. That was an awesome day. Like I said earlier, not the biggest fish, but something that I'll never forget, seeing my daughter catch her first trout in a stream. Folks, last season was an absolute ripper, and these were half a dozen of my favourite moments from the last trout season. Right now it's raining. It's raining quite heavily outside. The streams are already really high and full of water, and I suspect that we're in for another bumper trout season again next season. If I can find everything online, I'll put links in the video description below to all the equipment that I was using in these videos. Thank you all very much for watching.